about managing what you already have. In this video, I'm revealing the 6 deadly budget mistakes that ruin financial freedom and exactly how you can fix them for 2025. And throughout the video, I'm going to be showing you how we track our budget using Google Sheets, which is free and easy to use, so you can get started straight away. With the budget we've made, we've been able to do some amazing trips around the world. We've gone to places like Chile, Easter Island, and Southeast Asia. And some of those trips, we even fly business class. If you're making either one of these mistakes, it could be costing you thousands. So let's see if you recognize any of them. Now, imagine trying to drive to a new city without a GPS or a sat-nav. You could get lost, take wrong turns, and waste time and money. That's exactly what happens when you don't have a budget. I know, before you click away, budgeting isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but a budget is crucial. A budget is your financial roadmap. It shows you where your money is going, helps you avoid costly mistakes, and ensures every dollar or pound is working towards your goals. Meet Jake. He never tracked his expenses and always wondered where his money went. Jake always had a feeling that he should have more money at the end of each month. One day, Jake discovered he was spending $200 a month on coffee and snacks alone. How did he discover this? By tracking his expenses. Mistake number 1. Not assessing your financial situation. Yes, tracking your expenses could be tedious, but it's so important. When you start tracking your expenses, you're investigating if there are any leaks or gaps in your finances. You can't create an effective budget if you don't know where your money is going. Track your income, your outgoings or expenses, and savings using a spreadsheet or budgeting app. My top tip: review at least the last 3 months' worth of bank statements to find spending patterns. I was shocked to discover how much I spent on takeout and dining out. That's all changed now. So first, what you're going to do is open up Google Sheets, open a new file, and name the file 2025 budget template. Next, you're going to add the columns description, planned amount, actual amount, and difference. This way we can compare what you plan to spend and what you actually spend. Now you're going to add your outgoings, things like mortgages, your mobile phone, life insurance, broadband, which is internet. I've got council tax I need to pay, gas and electric, home insurances, water, car insurance, streaming services, groceries, anything you can think of. Next, you're going to add the amounts per month. If you're not entirely sure the exact penny, rough numbers will do. And you can always go back to your documents and get the specific numbers later. But let's just get started. You may have more than just streaming services as part of your entertainment, so feel free to change any of these items into names that will make sense to you. So we can adapt it from streaming services to entertainment. I like things to be visually appealing. So within Google Sheets, you can turn any boring looking data into a pre-designed table template. I like to put a negative symbol in front of my numbers to show me that these are values that are going out of my budget. I also like to make things color-coded so it's easy for me to understand visually what's happening. So for example, negative numbers, I like to color them in red text. You can either select the numbers and make it red text, or you could be a bit more fancy and use conditional formatting. Now that we've set up the budget template, let's make sure we're working towards something meaningful. Now meet me. I've always dreamed of traveling around the world, but the problem is my bank account. Those expensive flights? No way. Mistake number 2, not setting clear financial goals. Then I looked at setting goals. For example, say $5,000 in a year, but not just setting any goals, a SMART goal. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. It's often used when setting SMART objectives or SMART goals in the workplace. And hardest of all, I had to say no to impulse shopping. RIP cute dress. But guess what? It worked, and I hit my $5,000 goal. Top tip: having clear goals at the top of your budget keeps you focused and motivated every time you review it. So back on our spreadsheet, add a column called financial goals, then put a title of your financial goals. I'm going to put big vacation in 2027. Now put a column called target amount, and then number of months, and then amount per month. It's a long haul trip, so we like to travel business class. So our target for the big vacation 2027 will be at least £5,000. We have 2 years to save £5,000, so that will be 24 months. And in the amounts per month, all you need to do is use a formula called the target amount divided by a number of months. Repeat for every financial goal you have. So stocks and shares ISA, £1,000 every year, so that'd be 12 months, equals about £833. Think of your budget like a plate of food. Too much desserts, wants, and not enough veggies, needs, will leave you unhealthy. Imagine piling on the sweets, such as shopping sprees, takeout, subscriptions. It feels great at first, but later, you're left drained and struggling to cover the essentials. Mistake number 3, not categorizing and prioritizing expenses. The key? Balance. Sort your money into 3 categories: needs, wants, and savings and debts. Essentials are things like your rent or mortgage and groceries. They come first. A simple way to keep things in check is the 50-30-20 rule. That means 50% of your income is spent on needs, 30% spent on wants, and 20% on savings or debts. This should keep things balanced and flexible. I tried this out, which meant I had less impulse shopping, I had smarter grocery trips, and automated my savings deposit, and suddenly my plate looked a lot healthier. If you want to take your budgeting to the next level and ensure every dollar has a purpose, check out my other video, How to Zero Budget Step by Step. It's a game changer for staying in control of your money. Links are in the description below, check it out later. But even with the right categories, the next mistake could be costing you thousands, but it's the most overlooked. Most of you guys, probably like myself, are employed, and sometimes you get a pay rise. It could be from a bonus or an annual rise, but for whatever reason, you're now earning more money. Fantastic. But by the end of the first month of your new pay rise, you are no better off. Some of you may be even worse off, have less money than before. What happened? Mistake number 4, underestimating the impact of lifestyle inflation. When we get a pay rise, it's tempting to upgrade your car, eat out more, or buy the latest gadgets. That's what we call a lifestyle inflation. And when that goes unchecked, it wipes out any financial progress. Before increasing your expenses, allocate a percentage of your pay rise to savings or debt repayment. Treat pay rises as a tool to build wealth, not just to increase your spending. But what if your biggest budgeting mistake isn't spending? Meet Sarah. Sarah was smart with her money. She budgeted carefully and tracked her expenses. Sarah loved the convenience of her credit card, using it for everything from groceries to online shopping. I'm getting points, she'll tell herself, justifying the occasional splurge. But then the bills start piling up. The interest rates were eye-watering, quickly erasing any value from those points Sarah thought she was earning. Mistake number 5, relying too heavily on credit cards. Now, I'm not saying not to ever use credit cards. Credit cards can be a useful tool, but they can also be a financial trap if not managed properly. Using credit cards for emergencies or everyday purchases can lead to mounting debt and high interest payments. Many people justify overspending because they think they're earning points. I used to think that as well, but the reality is interest often cancels out any cashbacks or perks. Use credit cards only for planned purchases that you can afford to pay off in full each month. Even with a solid budget, there's one more mistake that could undo all of your progress, and it's the simplest thing to fix. But remember, simple doesn't mean easy. You've made your budget, you've tracked your expenses, you've categorized everything, you use your credit card smartly, and you don't inflate your lifestyle. So when you check your bank account next, you should be expecting either 0 because you've been following the zero budgeting method, or have some left over, but instead you see a negative number. You might be thinking, did I make a mistake in my budget? Mistake number 6, not reviewing and adjusting the budget regularly. Unfortunately, a budget is not a set it and forget it tool. Your financial situation changes, and so should your budget. If you never adjust your budget, you're operating on outdated numbers, like using outdated software. Maybe your expenses have gone up. I know my gas and electric bill has gone up recently. Or you've eliminated debt. Well done, by the way. And you need to redirect that money elsewhere. Schedule a monthly budget review. Look at your actual spending, compare it to your plan, and make necessary adjustments. Do this every month or at least every couple of months to keep yourself on track. Want to avoid even more financial traps? Check out my other video on common financial mistakes and how to avoid them. It covers everything, from hidden fees to costly money habits you didn't know you had. I hope this video helped you make financial sense. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.